In a peaceful little village, surrounded by rolling hills and a sparkling river, there lived a curious boy named Sam. Sam loved exploring the woods and playing by the riverbank. One sunny afternoon, while skipping stones across the water, he noticed a peculiar pebble gleaming under the sunlight. It was perfectly smooth, round, and shone with a faint golden glow. As Sam picked it up, a soft, magical voice whispered, "Make one wish, but remember, it can't be for yourself. Wish for someone else." Sam's eyes widened. A talking pebble? This was no ordinary find. He clutched it tightly and thought deeply. Who could he wish for? In the village, there was an old woman named Mrs. Green. She lived alone in a small house with a barren yard. Mrs. Green loved flowers and often talked about how much she missed the garden she had as a child. Her face always lit up when she described the vibrant blooms, though her yard remained empty. Sam smiled as he thought of her. Holding the pebble tightly, he said, "I wish for Mrs. Green's garden to bloom with the most beautiful flowers she's ever seen." The pebble sparkled for a moment before its glow faded. Sam wasn't sure if it had worked, but he returned home with hope in his heart. The next morning, Sam was woken by excited chatter outside. He rushed to see what was happening. To his amazement, Mrs. Green's yard had transformed overnight. Flowers of every color covered the space: roses, daisies, sunflowers, tulips, and more. It looked like a scene from a dream. Butterflies fluttered, and the air smelled sweet with the scent of blossoms. Mrs. Green stood in the middle of her new garden, tears of joy streaming down her face. "I don't know how this happened," she said, her voice trembling, "but it's the most beautiful gift I've ever received." Sam's heart swelled with happiness. He didn't tell anyone about the pebble. Instead, he quietly enjoyed the sight of Mrs. Green smiling brighter than ever before. From that day on, Sam carried the lesson of the pebble in his heart. True happiness comes not from wishing for yourself, but from bringing joy to others. Moral: acts of kindness, no matter how small, can create magic in the lives of others. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated.